Good evening everyone and welcome to another tournament stream. I figured I would start this one relatively early because yesterday YouTube was being a bit of a bitch and it was giving me all these kind of weird notifications, and it took some time before it actually went smoothly, and that's why I figured that I would just do that right now as well. Well, just start earlier to make sure that everything runs smoothly. And thank God it did give me a notification, but everything seems to be going well right now. So let's take you away from the rating screen and into my garage. Basically, what we see here is a prime example of what we'll be seeing tonight. The Shark Tank has not made much of an appearance, but the tournament as a whole is very, very pay to win. So that's why I figured that having this on show would be a good thing. It is in store right now, but it's in crates, and crates are awful things, but I really wish I had it because it just looks bloody fantastic with that camo. To be fair, without the camo, the tank is just lovely, but with the camo it just looks so cool. Just look at this. Look at the teeth. I mean, the shark is cross-eyed. I mean, if you look at it like this, it's not really like a mentally sound shark, but if you look at it like this, it does look bloody fantastic. So yeah, basically just some random things out of the way. There's a 5-minute delay on the stream. That means that everything that I say comes to you 5 minutes later, which is why generally I don't interact all that much with the chat once I start talking anyhow, because you hear my replies like 5 minutes later. If that's all good with you, then feel free to ask questions and all of that. If you want rewards for watching this stream, you need to watch it through the portal. Make sure that you are logged in. The timers are working because I am actually having it on my iPad to make sure that everything is running smoothly and that the timers are working, which I know now, so that is fine. And I will stream for the minimum amount of time that is needed to get the maximum amount of rewards at the very least. Starting to count that from 8 PM because that's when the matches actually begin and when most people actually tune in. So that means that I will be streaming for at least 100 minutes starting at 8 PM. But I think that won't be a problem because from what I saw, that the last match that we have actually starts after that time. So it should just all be good. So let's have a look, see what we have for you in store tonight. This is basically where we are at. These are the clans that are left at this stage. Some surprising names are not here. R2K to name one, to name the biggest one. They got knocked out yesterday by Elm. But we still have EG and Legion and Raid left, along with a whole bunch of other clans. I actually like that the Giant Raiders made it this far as well, because these are... We saw them play yesterday, and that was very interesting, mainly because of the fact that they, you could see that they play a lot of Tier A tournaments. The only difference is that they are not used to the Pro Clan Wars teams. So they have the tank know-how and a little bit of tactics, but they don't have the die-hard that the Tier 10 basically survivors, let's put it that way, have. So it was interesting to see that, and I'm actually very curious to see how everything will go tonight, and if we see some massive surprises, because that could just all happen, we don't know. But yeah, we are starting it off with EG versus us. Us, of course, the new clan. It used to be Machete Lodica of Afade, but their clan tank got stolen. It's a big drama story, but now they are using this clan tag instead. So I'm just going to call them us or Mak, and of course EG. This is like one of the matches that you expect in the finals of this stage, especially since there's still clans out there that we don't really know yet. But overall, it's going to be loads of fun. And just so you know, there's a whole... there's 4 streamers right now. We all stream different matches for now, but I have checked this with Wargaming. We are all streaming the upper bracket. None of us, don't ask me why, it's Wargaming's decision. None of us are moving through to the lower bracket. So in the end, I think we have a match with like all 4 of us there. Before, of course, we do drop to the lower bracket, I believe, because tomorrow we only have the lower bracket finals and the grand finals, which will also be on the portal and commentated on by me. So yeah. I hope you guys enjoy my commentary, because otherwise I would, well, basically would tell you just mute me, watch me on the portal for the rewards and then watch the YouTuber that you actually want to see. Because I know my commentary is not for everyone. I'm cater less to the pro players and more to explaining what is happening, why it's happening, and what needs to happen to get a certain result. It is something I really enjoy doing, the whole commentary thing, just the whole tournament thing. It's just great fun, and yeah, basically we're just going to have fun with it. I do apologize in advance for any brain derps that I might have. My health isn't the best, and as such I have very big trouble with concentration and focus and energy, so I will do my best not to have you notice much of that. I'm generally pretty laid back in my commentary anyhow, so hopefully that helps as well. I'm also not using the setup that I would usually use because I'm staying at my mum's because of said health issues. So everything is working a little bit different for me as well. But we'll see how everything will go. And like I said, we're just going to have fun with it. Now, in little less than 2.5 minutes, we get to go into the first match of this night. And it is a best of 5, which means that the team that reaches 3 victories first is going through to the next round. And actually like that, so far on each side, we see a shark tank. But other than that, there's no premium tanks. These are all Tech 2 tanks. And that's something that we have not been seeing all that much. Usually we've seen a lot of Prem tank spam, especially in the form of the 252U. But this is also something most of the the tier 10 Clan Wars players don't really venture into the low tiers all that much. They basically stick to tier 10 for the most part. And so they might not really have those tanks, the pay to win tanks, and which of course will have been very lucky to even get this tank. Like I said, it's in crates, there's like a 3% drop chance, which is absolutely awful. But yeah, overall I really do want that tank. On the other side though, we see quite a few Prem tanks as well. Well, quite a few Prem tanks, period. We see us now ready with AT-32, 2 Objects 252U, a lightweight, 2 Caernarvons and a Shark Tank. And on the other side, they're still not really decided yet. We are moving to main runes, and we have a minute left, but I can show you that. It looks like this. You have 3 bases. Base A considered the heavy base, base C considered the med base, and base B like is in the middle. There's basically, they can go every which way, but usually there's always people around base B. Not necessarily to cap it, but to keep it from being capped, or to just peek up and over and see where everyone else is. I'm not going to focus on that. I am removing the map so it's not blocking your screen, because we only have half a minute left to go now. And we see that EG has finished readying up in a Tiger 2, 3 Caernarvons, a 301, a Boarseek and a Shark Tank. I need to call it the E2, not to be fair, but still. Not all the Shark Tanks have the shark camo, but it just looks so cool when it does have that. So here we go, countdown clock has begun. We are going into the very first match. And let's see what's going to happen. I'm always like concerned that I might be showing something on screen, that there's a map stuck in all of that. But here we go. Dun 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 dun. The first round yesterday was like default. Hello. And let's see. And let's go up and away. Winch using the free camo, which looks pretty much fantastic on every tank. Just look at that. It is such a pretty camo. But yeah, let's focus on the match here. We have the lightweight in the middle, meeting general in the 301, both doing a little bit of damage to each other, but not all that much. The Caernarvons coming up behind, Diego again hightailing it out of there, basically wanting to go up. General on the other hand is going around the back, and we have Winch and Nicolade in the middle here, ready for Diego. The rest of us is moving through the middle, and they are being spotted, so they know that they're there. Chocolate is not in a good position here. At least he is in a good position, but he's definitely being called out, and that is not really how you want it. Diego is being rushed. The Borsig just fired. Chocolate is not going to survive it. He does get another shot in though before he is gone. But now we have Carolade in a tricky position in the Borsig on his own. He can get some shots in, but his team won't be there in time to help. And at most... Oh, and he bounces that shot. Diego has been taken out, however. But we are looking at Carolade, who is trying desperately to survive because he is occupying all the tanks. But there he goes. Sequel takes him out. And we are moving on to the other side. They need to take out these tanks very fast if they want to have a chance of winning, with the way that they are losing an HP very rapidly. Nicolade getting set on fire is not going to be helpful at all either. He does get another shot in, but he's in a very bad position, and there come the rest of us. They are going to make short work of Nicolade, and him pausing to take that shot is not going to be good for him. There he goes, and that is 3 tanks gone from EG's side already. And Mac Ghosty is still alive. There he finally goes, but that's only the second tank to go. Sequel, quick to follow, but now we have Becken that is like in the middle, stuck there, not able to do all that much. Chapo is losing quite a bit of HP, but it is Shocky that takes him out. We have General going to after Shocky, but he does take a hit for it. Overall, it is HP wise, it is getting close. It is 3 versus 3. Chapo is not looking all too healthy, but he's still alive. He's not going to survive this, even if he is in a shark tank. Winch not looking too healthy either, but they kind of just need to make sure that they win. There goes Chappie. Now it's 2 versus 2. And HP wise, us has a tiny advantage, but that's not going to last them all that long. If they work together properly, if they take out General, they do not. Orca. And there you go. Now it's a pickle, because even though it's a 2-5-2U, point wise, EG has the advantage now. And Orca is making sure that he cannot shoot General. So instead, the thing is that he's now focusing too much on General. And he's wasting the shots. And this is a mistake that a lot of people do. Because now General is hightailing it out of there. He's not going to reload before then. But if he put that shot into Orca before, it would have been a lot better for him. General now still trying to shoot him. This is EG's game. Mainly because of that focus on General. Orca keeping him from shooting General. And now, there he goes. And the first match is for EG. Even though it really looked like it was going to go the other way in the beginning. Also, feel free to express your opinions in the chat, but please be polite. And I mean also about the teams and specific players in clans and all of that. Overall, just under 4 minutes the game. Damage wise, not all that far apart, only 2k damage between them, but it was General surviving, thinking about hiding behind that pillar, saved the game. Otherwise it might have been quite differently, but with Taja Rin focusing so much on the on General rather than a tank right in front of him, that might have been the game changer. We don't know. We won't know for sure. So in little over 1 minute we are going to go into the next game of this best of 5. The second match on main runes. And we see that us has now rated up in a T32, 1, 2, 252Us, 2 lightweights, 1 Canervan and a shark tank. And they're going to go up against a Tiger 2, 3 Canervans, a 301, a Borsig and an E2. And we'll see how it works out this time, because us should have had this with the way that they took out Chocolate so early in the game, followed by Carolad in the Borsig. They should have had this, but it is EG that you're fighting, and they did not get to where they are. Well, they went to the offline last year. That is saying something. But yeah. 10 seconds left to go. Here comes the countdown clock. We are going into the game. And then we'll see what is going to happen. Here we go. Hoping everything runs smoothly, that all the sound noises, oh my god, the brain derp. Sound levels are okay and everything. Bit late of me to ask that now, but hey. There goes Winch in his pretty camo and his pretty tank. I'm not jealous at all. But let's have a look. EG focusing mainly on the middle, General going to spot. But the lightweights and him don't spot each other. And it seems like he's now getting proxy spotted Diego there. And General is going to be careful there because he knows that he's not going to be alone. Especially not when he's not turning around straight off and hightailing it out of there. But now there's more tanks being spotted, so the lightweights are getting out of there. General is spotted. He does fire a shot, but no damage. Well, there has been some damage on us side, but General that takes no damage for it. Chapo taking a big hit there. And EG is arriving at base C, going to cap it with Ghostly there. No, they're not going to cap it, they're pushing straight on through. T32 being caught out there. He is not alone though. I think EG underestimated the amount of tanks that were here. So they have to be a little bit more careful here. Chapo now in, bouncing a shot on the back of the shark tank there. But they are definitely focusing him. And that allows the T32. That is a big hit. Basically, HP is being eaten away. The lightweights are now both behind there. They want to keep stocks alive. Orca not looking too healthy. Chocolate moving in, using that armor. Chiapo still alive. Chocolate taking some damage now. And they are pushing in. General arriving at the back. They are going to go after Shocky here. Orca is not looking too healthy, but Shocky is the first one gone. Tyrin is quick to follow. Orca is now gone, but they lost a lot of HP trying to do this. And Bakken is still there. They are taking out Ghosty. There goes Diego. And Bakken is turning around to take out Seiko as Ghosty is gone and now only Stocks is left. And there he goes. This was a very decisive game. General falling down at the back there. But there we go. Second game over and done with already. Let's see. That is a big damage in difference in damage as well. Like I said, brain derps and everything, can't help it. But that was a beautiful game. Actually really enjoyed it. And we are now moving on to Naval Frontier. Naval Frontier, ladies and gentlemen, looks like this. You have 3 bases. Base A on top of a plateau. Base B in a sort of ditch. Base C on the considered technically the map base. But I also always go towards the base A because I much prefer that. I'll take this away so it's not blocking you. Basically, what we see with all these tournaments games is that teams can go any bloody direction that they want to because you're working as a team. So let's see what they're going to ready up in. And both teams are nearly ready, but not quite. And we have EG now ready in a Tiger 2, 2 Carnarvons, 2 301s, a Borsdig and an E2. Versus T32, 2252 use, a lightweight, 2 Carnarvons and a A2. So let's see where that is going to bring us. In half a minute we get to see if EG wins this game as well, then they have the match. If us wins, then, well, basically stuff can still happen, but they have to win 3 matches in a row in order to go to the upper bracket rather than the lower bracket. No one is knocked out yet at this stage because you have the whole, whatchamacallit, you have the double elimination thing that is happening. So no team is knocked out straight away. So let's see what's going to happen. Child Raiders versus Raid is happening on Wild Ones Helpers channel. You're hearing this in 5 minutes, so it's quite useless for you, but still. And here we go into the third game. There we go. And we have EG focusing primarily on the base C side, only General going to the other side, and I think that Correlate is going more towards the middle. But pretty much us is doing the same thing, going to the middle with the lightweight. They're probably going to spot each other. It's kind of funny that they don't yet though. But the Carnarvons have been, Carnarvon has been spotted crossing over. Base A is completely unprotected. And overall now we have Beacon that is going to move in to cap the base. And I wonder if he's going to be able to get away with that. We have Sequel that is moving in. General lost a bit of HP there. Crossing over, potentially going towards base A. And Beacon is in a pretty solid position there. With the team behind him. He does take a tiny bit of damage. But General is now capping base A. And that allows Beacon to basically pull back a little bit. No, he's going to try again. And we have the 252Us that are going to push. And they have to be careful because they're not alone. Beacon, oof. But at the same time, EG has to be careful not to overreact quite literally here. And they are not in a good position here. Shocky is losing a lot of HP very quickly. Overall, this is EG at their best level. Even though they're much more used to T10. That's the same for us, but you can see the difference with the way that the HP is being bled both sides. Chocolate on fire. Getting shot repeatedly from the back. Correlate almost gone. Correlate is the first one gone. But there goes Beacon as well. Ghosty is still alive. The low HP targets are not being taken out. And that is a very big problem. Nicolate not looking so good either. Chocolate almost gone. And there he goes. Lots of tanks gone. But HP wise there's not all that much difference. That's the tricky thing here. We have Orca running around. Chapo being taken out. And Orca has to be careful now. They have to survive. They take out Shocky. Orca still alive because Sequel missed a shot. Both teams have a base, but us has a point advantage here. And they are trying to get that point advantage back because if they kill stocks, which they do, EG now has the point advantage. As long as they survive, they will have this. But it's that surviving thing that might be a little bit tricky. Especially with Sequel there. Diego is being taken out by Orcor. And that solidifies their position here. And now the 252Us, they have the troll armor. They have the big guns. They do not have the speed. And the only thing that they can do is to send someone to base B. But Orca is there to watch over that. And basically EG doesn't need to take any risk at this stage. They can just stay where they are. And let the clock do its work. Because with 3.5 minutes left to go. There you go. Tyarin is not spotted as he goes towards base B. But Orca is still there. And now he is spotted. And Orca basically they know where they are now. And they need to be careful. Tyarin, ooh, Orca getting a nice shot in there. But they have more than 100 points advantage. And now we have Winch and General moving in. If he survives this, General did that turning around. Ooh, barely alive. General needs to make sure this spends. There we go. Tajarin, the only one left. Splitting up here was the mistake of us. If they had stayed together, well, they would have lost base C then probably. But that turning around and everything, this was beautifully played by EG. These are the kind of games I absolutely adore showing. That was a beauty of a game. Won by the mobility that EG had. Very well done. And that's the first matchup over. Tournament, this is like a bug. It's not showing me another room just yet, but it's a bug that is known and it's going to stay there. Let's see. I think we don't know what is happening next, but I believe that we will follow EG. And we're going to go up against Alum. That means that Alum has won as well. Let's see, who were they up against? BHBP. So let's see, who else have we had? How are the Chai Raiders doing? I mean, they are against Raid, so that is still happening actually. And let's see, what is Legion doing? I think we've had all of them then. And Legion won from APA. So basically, like I said, we're all going to the upper brackets. So we will be meeting more and more streamers as we go along. But yeah, that is what it is. So let's see what's... oh, actually, a bit too early. Need to see when the matches are actually happening. So that we know how much time we have. We have about half an hour left. So I'm going to be showing you some replays. And I'm going to start with my somewhat trigger-happy Moz game. Because I got one from Toby. It is not an ace game, but he was like, oh, that was lovely, he said. As in shots that happened in this. So I'm actually quite curious as to what happens in this game. So that is why we're going to watch it. I can't play PC to save my life, so that is why you're going to be stuck with this. Toby, remind me to talk to you about clans and CC accounts, because that's the thing. But yeah, let's see. This is on his press account. He has a press account on Borrow from Wargame to make some content and everything. So let's see what's going to happen. If you watch through the portal and you are make sure that you are logged in on the EU server. This is an EU stream, so only EU rewards. But then you will get rewards. I think you get like 2 certificates for 3 times XP. You get a hardcore fan avatar. And you get crew and combat XP poopsters. So yeah, that is basically what you're looking to earn for watching the stream. Tomorrow I believe the prizes are going to be a lot better. And you will also be stuck with me commentating then. Just so you know. He is driving the 1A3. 1A3 is a tank that I haven't ground yet because I actually hate the grind. I will probably end up free XPing the whole line because I eventually will want the tank, but I will not have to make any effort for it because I can't be asked to drive tanks like this. Well, the AT tanks, I mean, and the Tortoise, not my cup of tea. I used to be like a Soul TD driver, but that is no longer the case. So let's have a look. He is being very forwards. I'm a big fan of that. TDs do not need to camp at all, ever. That is a bad shot. That is a nice ass shot. Barely aimed. But that was evil and I absolutely love it. So now he's going to go over. Let's see. And another one. Even if he were to take a shot for that, that would have been worth it. 2 shots gone. 2.6k damage done. That is quite evil, actually. And let's see. Can you also hash this one? Yeah, you can. Okay, yeah. I understand why he has submitted this game for me to show off. Because this is actually really funny. I actually really like it when you get games like this. Especially when you're being forward in the TD. No TD needs to camp. You can do so much more than camp. And a lot of people do not realize that. Oh, he wants that E100. Oh, and he gets it with a higher roll. 1625 HP gone in one blow. Oh my god, poor guy. And Toby, you need to stop bullying the people though. Oh, this helps. This definitely helps. And there we go. He didn't even need HE for that. But that's nearly 6k. damage with very few shots. Oh, that was just evil. I actually really like that. 1304 base XP. Let's see, only 5 shots fired and doing nearly 6k damage with that. Oh my god. So let's see what else have I got for you. Like I said, I can't play PC to save my life. There's everything to do with I've never been good at that actually. I can't do like the buttons with one hand and then a mouse with another hand. It doesn't work like that. I mean, on camera it's like slow movements, so that's the free camera controls, I mean. So then there's no issue, but overall, yeah. Anyhow, I also have some lovely games by another moderator. We're going to see Dwarf in action. Let's have a look. This is actually off. He submitted this mainly because he knows I absolutely adore this tank. Especially with the camo. It is so freaking pretty. And this is one of those tanks that it is a heavium. And it works so well. It is so pretty. And it just suits me so well. So yeah, I'm a very big fan of this tank. I'm so happy that I finally have it. I need to play it more, but I generally haven't been playing the game altogether, so yeah. But yeah, I know that is why Dwarf submitted this, because he knows I absolutely love this tank, and cutting a base early like this is always a very good idea. Not just for the points for your team, but also for the XP for yourself. I mean, there's a big risk in doing this because he's on his own. There's a hill which you can't climb all that quickly. So you never know what you're going to encounter when you venture into the town like this. But that definitely helps, along with a little bit of a fire. And he's being very careful. It is a heavium, which means that it has more mobility. But because of that, it kind of lacks armor. So let's see. Base A is now being kept. He does need to be a little bit careful. He knows that there's more people out there. There you go. But he lands one right back into him. And he kind of wants help. And now his team is responding, which is actually really nice, because generally you have this point where you don't have a team. Nice little bounce. Again a fire. Very nicely done, Dwarf. He just needs to be careful here, not to lose HP too quickly. And that... So 2 fires and an ammo rack. That E75 is not going to be a happy camper. So let's see. E50. Showing him his butt, which is also helpful. Look at, he's already done quite a bit of damage. He's the only one that kept a base so far. Base C is being kept now, but I'm not sure if they're going to get away with it. Oof. That was costly, mainly because he was a bit too careful there. There goes the E50M though. And he will reload faster than the 268. This is the only part where I feel like he's being too careful. There was no need for him to be this careful. But they're definitely going to win this. There you go. You have to be careful. There, he just fired, so now he's definitely doomed. And... that's 1 HP left, oh my god. But that was a beautiful game. And kind of shows exactly why I love this tank. Ah, okay, thank you for clarifying that, Toby, about the clan stuff and the press account stuff. 1217 basic speed. It is not an easy feat to get an ace when your whole team survives. And yeah, like I said, that E75. Oof, I do feel for him there. Overall, just a beautiful little game. So let's see. Darren, I saw you PM me. I can't check Discord while on streaming because Discord and my laptop then don't really cooperate all that well. But if you submitted anything, then I'm definitely going to be showing it off tomorrow because I have to stream tomorrow as well. And then we'll show it then. And let's see, what else have I got? I got a whole bunch of replays. I did promise that I would show off some more Lauro replays. And he's been like my main replay supplier here. He submitted so much. I absolutely love it because I wasn't sure how much replays I need, but it always helps to have a whole bunch on show. So let's see. Here we go. That's actually a good comment. Someone in the chat said, listen, all the tanks are good to play, but you need to know how to play it. Or something like it. And that is very true actually. Because no tank is actually bad, but there's tanks that will or will not fit your gameplay. And your playstyle basically. Like for me, tanks like the E5 and the 5A and all of that, they work for me. It's the kind of tank and a kind of mobility that it works very well for me. But that's not the case for everyone. But at the same time, there's a whole bunch of tanks that do not work for me and I absolutely hate them. But it doesn't mean the tank that it's bad. It just means that I am bad in that tank. Oh honey, that wasn't my game. But just so you know, my max damage I've ever done was 8,000 something in the E100. So yeah, and Fizzy isn't the girl. This IS-7 massively overextended. So did our E5 here a little bit though. But Lauro has his team with him. And now he wants a grill shot. Oh, a little bit too impatient. Grill is trying to peek out though. There you go, nicely done. Now we have the E5 here. There's people in the base, so we know a little bit where his support is. This is not shooting in sniper mode, which is not beneficial for your damage. Especially when tanks are sort of like angled with heals and everything, because they're the round angles of the E5 make it a very troll tank, and it's an absolute beauty to drive. But it makes it difficult to hit. Wow. Vickers is being very polite. Let's see. No, it's turning around. E5 can basically work every position, but in this case they're sort of like a little bit boxed in by their enemies. And that can be a little bit of trouble. And Lauro honestly doesn't seem to know which way he wants to go. But he decides to go after the grill together with the E100. Ooh, that was a lucky derp for the E100 dice. Vigor shooting him. Grill still alive. But there he goes finally. E5. There you go. Lauro getting some kills in. Vickers being more polite than ever. Oof, that was a cheeky shot. That really should not have panned. Let's see. They should definitely have this though, especially with the HP that he has, the position that he's in and everything. T63 now sort of being left alone. There he goes. The feel good babe is probably not feeling so good right now. There goes the Vickers. And let's see. Only one left. But he can run. But he can't hide. There you go. Cheeky little shot there. Barely aimed. On the move. But he got him. 5k damage in all. Beautiful game. And Lasso doing very nice as well. 4.4k. Very lovely. Let's see, what else have I got for you? I'm going to show you this. Jochen, I hope you're watching. Yesterday he was like stretched on the couch with popcorn and beer watching the stream. And he was all happy when I showed him off. And he's going to be even happier with this, I think. So let's see. Overall, both YouTube and Blitz seem to be holding very well. I have no idea what he's shouting. Let's see. This is a tank that it used to be a lot OP. It is still OP in my opinion because it has missiles, and missiles all in all should be like removed from the game. There's actually a survey on the I don't know, on the big server right now about the missiles, and you should let yourself be heard, like both with votes and the discussion channel, regardless of what you think about them. But it's important to basically share your thoughts on it. In my opinion, anything that can shoot you while it's in complete safety itself, without getting doing the damage like this, exactly this. He's absolutely no risk. He's not exposing himself in any way, and he does like half a K damage in a shot. And it wouldn't have mattered if the guy was behind cover, if he was angled perfectly or not. That is basically why I'm against missiles. Oof, there goes Gangdorf. Let's see. Let's have a look. There's a waffle. Ooh, that definitely helps. Nice little shot there. Yes, Legion vs Apple was, I think, streamed by Every Good Name Is Taken. So let's see, no one there for him to actually shoot. He has to be a little bit careful there though. Team is not doing all too well. But they kind of need to. There you go. He does take a hit from that. But they needed that kill. Let's see. Picking up an over on the other side. That's always a nice thing. Oh, nice high roll. Ice 8 gets taken out. And he takes another shot, so he has to be careful not to lose too much HP here. Nice little bounce. Very needed. Let's see, does he get it? Yes, he does. Nice shot. Thing is, I know Kozak just said, man doesn't use sniper mode. Yes, tell him how much that's. I know that I'm a fervent sniper mode. I sniper mode too much where a lot of people sniper mode too little. But it does help. Because if you sniper mode, your shots are more aimed. You're more likely to actually hit where you're trying to shoot. And that definitely helps. Meta Arc is not really a happy camper, so to speak. Let's see. There you go. But he has to be careful. The waffle is out there. So, ooh, there's the waffle. And now we're in a 2 versus 1 situation. And he has to be careful with that waffle. The waffle can eat away a lot of health very quickly. Oof, nice high roll. He just needs to make sure that he stays into cover from the other train tracks, which he's not doing. And now he's in a position that is pretty much impossible for the waffle to get that shot in. And now Yoku has taken another one out, and there's only the waffle left. And that can be very, very tricky. Let's see. Having the missiles at a stage like this can be very advantageous. It can make all the difference in the world. And that is something that is another reason for me why I feel the missile should not be here. Let's see how he does this. Oof. Now he has to be very careful not to let the waffle shoot him. The waffle is waiting patiently, realizing that he can't really shoot him. No, there you go, he did fire. Let's see. He does need to get the shots in. A waffle standing like that definitely helps. And Jochen seems to be keeping his cool very well here. I do not have any FE405 replays again. Sorry. So let's see. The thing is, you have to be forwards and at the same time be careful, because there's only just over a minute left. You have a very long reload in this tank. And that is a very tricky thing. So he kind of has to make haste and at the same time not be YOLO. So that is a tricky thing to find the balance for. So where did he go? Not long left. Let's see. He's careful not to drive into the base because that would give away his position. But there we go. We have the waffle that's been spotted. And he kind of has to make this shot. Otherwise he would run out of time. Waffle now moving in. And going at it like this actually allows Jochen to get out of the way. But there's only a few seconds left. He can't really risk a missile. He has to make the shot though. Oh, and he gets it at the final second of the game. 6.2k damage. Absolutely brilliant game. 1643 base XP. Very well played, Jochen. Exactly 7 minutes long. Wow. Oof. So let's see. The match starts at 50. I can show you one more replay if I'm quick about it. Let's see. Owen said this was a cheeky ace, like an easy ace. So I'm going to show that because I think that won't be a very long game. And let's have a look in the Leo. And let's see what's going to happen. This is a tank I actually really enjoy. I didn't think so at first. Well, no, actually, when it first got into the game, I didn't like it. But overall, I've gotten a lot better driving fast tanks. And now it and I get along quite well. And I finally grinded it on my main account. I do not have a Su-152 replay, sorry. Oof. Oh, that is a lucky miss. Sheridan in a bit of a pickle now. Needing to decide what he wants to do. That is a nice shot. And he's capping the base in the meantime, which is also helpful. The Ram. Grab a kill for the win. E1 arriving at the back, driving on through. They absolutely massacred there. Oh my god. Thank you, Lopani, for translating. We hear the missile fly there. I'm not sure if you heard it, but I did. E100 losing a little bit of HP there. Conqueror In a nice position to get shot from this side. It helps when they're like that. Especially when they're turning that slowly. Aww. And he does take a chieftain hit for it. We know the E100 is there. Well, they all seem to be there. They just have to be a little bit careful. There we go. Sheridan driving in is going to help massively, because that means that he can not be primary target and still get the shots in. There we go, Jaeger has been taken out already. Nice little bounce. And they are definitely looking at him. There you go. Ooh, that's a cheeky hit. I wonder if he's just going to cap or if he's just going to move in. No, he's going to move in. Nice high roll. And another one. And a nice little bounce, even though it's a Leo. I'm always wondering how you can bounce shots on a Leo. They are getting in each other's way, which is not helping. But there they go. Very cheeky little game. And it was a relatively quick game, which is perfect because the room invite will be up in a few minutes. Very cheeky ace, nearly 5k damage. That's not a cheap ace, not as cheap as you thought it would be. Hello, Lauro. Overall, a very nice game though. And now we're just going to wait for the room invite. Actually, have noticed that we have been seeing the T32. I mean, just look, it looks great like this. But we haven't seen the T34 being used. And with the gun depression and everything, that can work very well. But I'm actually quite curious for the tank choices, why people decided on using tank X or Y. Sorry. And that's mostly to do with, I think, owning a tank. But T34 has always been available. The only difference between T34 and T34 Independence is the camo. They are two different tanks in the game files, but basically they are the same tank. No, the deal for you is referring to a team name that we used to have that was basically about, I think it was the Crazy Bonbons. I'm not entirely certain what it was. But it was amazing. It was a really good name. Hey, Squishy. Hello, everyone, by the way. Let's see. Room invite will be up momentarily. And then we will see, I believe it was EG versus Adam that we get next. I'm actually a lot more excited for today's matches than I was for yesterday's matches. And I think that's mostly because now we're getting to the big names and it's actually really interesting stuff that we're seeing. Actually, missiles are not for noobs. Basically, yes, exactly, Darren. Darren just said, missiles change the outcome of that battle. And we're referring to the battle, of course, that Johan had in the E1. And that's exactly the problem with the missiles. If he did not have the missiles, if he was not able to shoot from safety like he was, then he would not have won the game. I mean, it's Johan, it could still have happened. He's OP, but still, you know what I mean, though. I'm very much against missiles. And I would like a room invite. Oh, there we go. I was just gonna see. But yeah, there we go. EG versus LM. And we're going to start on the Panda map, Genesis Pearl. And we'll see what is going to happen. So let's see. Genesis Pearl, let me grab that map for you real quick and we'll go, well, actually real quick. We have all the time in the world with this load in. This is the map. I call it a panda map because if you look at it a little bit sideways, you see a panda. But there's 3 bases in there. You have base A, which is considered the heavy base B in the middle, base C considered the map base. Position-wise, I much prefer the area around base C, but it is a map that is prone to super heavies, doing a very good job around base B, and then you can also see action around base A because of that. So basically in tier 10 we would see mice and E100s and even VKs on this map, and it will be very interesting to see what we are going to get in tier 8, because that is the main reason that I enjoy streaming the tier 8 tournaments. It is something different. It is not as predictable as tier 10. It is not as predictable lineup wise as tier 10. It basically makes people think outside of the box, and the Clan Wars teams that are so used to fighting on tier 10 are not used to fighting in tier 8, and it kind of catches them off guard, and I really like that. However, I'm going to take the map away, by the way, before I forget. But however, my main issue with the tier 8 tournament is that it is so pay to win. It is pay to win. You can't spin it any other way. You have the E2, you have the 252Us, you have the, well, not the lightweight actually, you have the FT. We haven't seen it yet today, but we probably will. We've seen so many premium tanks being driven. In Asia, on the Asia server, there's like generally the teams that win have like 4 252Us driving around. And basically that's the thing. The 252U is an OP tank. No, it's not OP as in the way you can't win from it, but it's a tank that, especially in experienced hands, it will get troll bounces, even from the pro players that use calibrated shells, that are using Premo and everything. It will still get troll bounces on it, because the angles of the tank are so troll. And then you have the FT, the little Chinese TD thing. That is just very OP as well. Not necessarily in the tank itself, but in the reload. It is so strong. You have, yesterday we saw a bunch of IS-5s and IS-6s and everything. I mean, I'm genuinely surprised that EG is not using that many premium tanks, but overall there's like a gluttony. Look at what Elam is driving. They're driving 3 252Us. They're driving 3 E2s, which is the great tank. So people can have literally either been really lucky, or they could have spent like hundreds of dollars or euros just to get it, and it's ridiculous. But this is exactly what I mean with pay to win. So yeah, that is my little rant about the pay to win tanks and about how pay to win tier 8 is. But that is exactly what it is. I like the concept of it, of the tournament, because it, like I said, it catches Clan Wars teams off guard, and they have to rethink it. They don't know these tanks as well as they do their tier 10 tanks and all of that. And they might not have invested in tier 8 as much as they have in tier 10. But it is very pay to win. I would actually have absolutely loved it if Wargaming were to hold a tournament, especially in tier 8, and say you can't use any premium and collectible tanks, and then see who wins. Because then it's, of course, you limit the amount of tanks that people can play, and Wargaming uses this tournaments like this to basically showcase the tanks that they want to sell, because it shows how good they are. And yes, I understand that as well, but it would be so much more fair if they actually had tanks that you could actually grind, because it would show that off as well, and people would be grinding those lines to get them. Like the Caernarvon, it is being showcased quite nicely. But yeah, like I said, that is a rant from my side. You will probably hear me say it again, either later tonight or tomorrow, but still. We have Elam that is ready with the Tiger 2, 3 E2s and 3 252Us versus 2 Tiger 2s, 2 E2s, 2 Caernarvons and a Löwe. The countdown clock has begun. I'm just going to make sure that there's no map on the screen for you guys, that you actually see the game, and here we go. Let's have a look. Dun 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 dun. Ooh, Toby just said that the T-34's Independence ammo rack is in a different place. I need to check that, because that would actually be interesting. So let's have a look. EG focusing primarily on the base C side with Carolade alone going to meet up with a crap ton of tanks on the other side. If he's not careful. No, he's not. He's going back to his team, which I think is a very good call. Carolate Chocolate going more towards the middle, whereas Elm is moving around the back. First shots have been fired, and anything can happen at this point. No bases have been capped. Base A is now being capped. They kind of need to grab base C, just to make sure that they don't lose the advantage. Base B is protected. That's not going to be an issue. And now we have one of the sharks, Dictator, moving around the back, and they're kind of expecting that because both the Löwe and the Tigers are pulling back and firing some shots. Basically, Elm has a tiny point advantage here, and that could make all the difference when we get towards the end game, pun intended, haha. But yeah, it will mean that EG has to make a move at some point. They will have to decide where to go, what to do, if they're going to try and cap base B, even though it can be very costly. Elm is dug in, but they do have Rafi there, ready to respond. Thing is, if they start to cap with 2 or 3, they might get away with it, but they won't see that, they won't know that, they don't know where Element's players are. They are nicely spread out, whereas EG is more dug in. But we now see that the Ghanavans are holding at the back. They're expecting a push on this side, which is not coming, but at the same time this is always a tricky position because you can get caught out in the open so badly there. Well, caught out alone, I should say, because if they were to push, see now they are being spotted. General waiting in the middle. Brokey has been spotted. Elm is responding. General losing some HP there. Bushka, it's not really, it's Jorge. I'm just going to call him Jorge. Basically, I think what they want to do... Oof, Carolate losing quite a bit of HP there. They want to hold with their Tigers so that Winch can cap the base, but this is going to be very expensive because Carolate is losing a lot of HP. He's not going to survive this. Next reload from Ruffy, he's going to be gone. There he goes. Base B is theirs, but it's going to be very costly. And basically EG has to move in now. They have to move in. They have to try and save Romka, which is not going to happen. Deathwings is going to be focused on. There he goes. Romka still alive. Chocolate is on fire. Just Brokey is gone. There goes Chocolate. Demoniac is now arriving. Orca is gone. Winch is driving off. Getting shot in the rear. They have 2 bases, but it costs them too much. They're too big a disadvantage. They do take out Bushka. And basically they're now at the point that Demoniac is now alone. General is still alive, if barely. Demoniac is gone. General is taken out. Nicolate is in an awful position, but Winch is still alive, is still safe. But he has less health, and that is going to be an issue here. They need to survive, and that's not going to happen. Winch needs to get that shot in, which he doesn't. Dictator taking out Winch. Nicolate now in an awful position. It's not going to be enough. Oh, it might be enough. He just needs to survive. He needs to play careful. He needs to not get ammo wrecked. 990. EG has this. EG has this. This was close, guys. And again, this was again one of those games where it seemed to be all going the wrong way for EG. But they got this. Amazing. Absolutely love it. Very nicely done. Very brilliant game. And the focus fire from EG was on point. That was the main difference between these two teams. Absolutely beautiful. So that is the first game out of the way. We're going to start off on the other side now. And we have Elm with a Tiger 2, 3 E2s and 3 2-5-2Us in a very pay-to-win team. And they're going to go up against probably the same lineup as we saw before, because that seems to be the general lineup that EG likes. So we see 2 Tiger 2s, 2 E2s and 2 Carnarvons and a Löwe. 1 minute left before we go into the second match of this matchup. But if we get more matches like this, I'm not going to be disappointed at all. Absolutely love it. I'm pretty sure that Fugit, who's on the other side, is also going to be enjoying this. Beautiful game. Actually wish that we had like a voice channel where we could all just connect and talk about the game, and that actually be shown on stream as well. I can't generally, when I use PC Blitz, I can't use Discord, because then everything crashes, my CPU can't handle it. Basically this has become very heavy on the CPU side, and that's not really gone well. But if I'm streaming from my iPad, it's absolutely no problem. It's literally just a PC game that's giving me the issues. So let's see, here we go into the second match of this matchup. EG versus Elm. Actually like that I'm getting a little bit hyped. Especially after yesterday, I felt so deflated. It wasn't even the games or the teams. I was just not having a good day, and today started off really badly. But it's like, apparently I kind of refound my hype, I don't know. Let's see, here we go. EG focusing on the C side again. And this time, Elm seems to be doing the same thing. So that's going to be interesting to see when they meet in the belly of the panda. Shark tanks. Basically, they need to be careful not to overextend both sides, to be honest, but still. Oof, Winch taking a hit there. General, a little bit overexposed there. And we have the Tiger 2 and the Löwe in the middle. Lots of lines of fire happening, but not all that much damage having been done aside from the original hit on Winch. They are trying to protect base B. And we have Raffi that has been spotted. So let's see. They are being careful, which they really need to be. There's a bird flying there. And basically they're dug in quite nicely here. Raffi holding, being careful. Chocolate and Romka moving back. Bushka taking a little hit there. Romka moving into a fantastic lure position, which has worked very well before. None of the bases have been kept at this stage. Romka has been spotted. Does not take any damage for it though. Basically we have a bit of a still... Well, it's not necessarily stalemate because there's plenty is happening. But no damage is being done. Raffi is moving in. And he's going to mate Chocolate. Oof. Shock taking damage there. Where Raffi does not. Now he does though. We have the Löwe arriving as well, also taking a hit. And then bouncing some. Raffi being caught alone is very important here, but they have to be careful not to cross over because Chocolate is going to... Oh no, he's not. He does take some damage for it though, but he is now capping base B, and that can be all important. It is catching Elm off guard, it is making them overextend, and it is costing them a heck lot of HP to do that. Brokey losing quite some HP just to try and keep Chocolate from capping that base. And let's see, does he get it? Yes, he does. Very clever gameplay by EG. They've lost quite some HP overall though. They need to be careful. Raffi has now also arrived there. But as long as they hold, EG has the advantage here. They just need to hold very, very carefully. General overextending a little bit. And we have Chocolate crossing over. Potentially going to cap base A. Romka also going back. Oof, taking a big hit, but also hitting Raffi in turn. I'm trying to show you everything at once, which means I can't focus on just a particular situation. But I think this might be a game that's going to be won on caps. Raffi. And now Deathwings moving in as well. HP is being bled both sides, so it is so close, less than half a K between them. And now we have Deathwings moving in, which means that Winch in general will be in trouble there. Raffi moving in. Romka has to be careful, he does not have all that much HP left. Winch losing a ton of HP there. And now we have Elm steadily moving in. It is a very patient game. Deathwings. Oof, Winch almost gone. Chocolate now being pushed from two sides. That is not going to go well for Shock. Raffi arriving. And basically, oof, there you go. Shock is out for the count. Base-wise, EG has it, but they lost so much HP. Orca is being rushed. Orca is being absolutely murdered. Winch is almost gone. There he goes. And it is going to be Elm's game. I can call that now because there's just not enough left. Just Brokey has finally been taken out. It took forever to do that though. General almost gone. Correlate. Basically the focus fire that they've been so good at so far is not paying off for them right now. Base C is being taken. General is gone. Nicolate is gone. We have Romka that is left with barely any HP. He is getting another shot in. And Carolade, of course, also left. He gets another shot in as well. There goes Carolade. Orca called it. But he's not wrong. And there we go. Romka loses his head. But yeah, this is exactly what is the issue. With the whole pay to win stuff and all. But that means the score is now 1-1 and we are moving on to Canal. Canal, one of my favorite maps. Looks like this, yeah, full bases, base A considered the heavy base D considered map base, and B and C close to their respective spawns. Basically, I do expect to see some more mobile tanks this time around, because basically the map is quite big and it calls for running around. So just to make sure that there is no map on your screen, there is not. We have just over a minute left to go and we see Alam has ready up with a Tiger 2, 2 E2s, 3252 youth and a lightweight. And on the other side we see an Isu arriving with the famous BL10 gun, the only gun in the game that I know the name of, and there's a good reason for that, because it packs a punch and it's awesome. And for the rest, EG is taking a 2 301s, 2 Canevans and potentially a Goose Tank. And a Tiger 2. No, it's a Panzer... it's the Mutz? No, it's back in the Tiger 2. So, 2 301s, 2 Canevans, 2 Tiger 2s and the Isu. So yeah, let's see what's going to happen in about half a minute. We will see the third match of this best of 5. Teams that reaches the 5 victories first is going to go through to the next upper bracket stage, whereas the loser of this matchup will go to the lower bracket. Basically, they're not knocked out yet if they lose this matchup, so basically it's a double elimination, so there's no real pressure yet. So let's see. Here we go. And let's see what's going to happen. Lots of different avatars all around. Some teams, I always like that they kind of go with unity. They all pick the same avatar. Not this time though. And let's see, up and away. The Canaries are turning around. The Tigers are going through base C. The 3R1s are going for base D. And LM is focusing on base B. I think they're going to be pushing, trying to keep the Tigers from capping. And I think that EG very much feels that with the way that they are crossing over. C is being abandoned. Base A is being kept. They kind of need base C at this stage. Toto in not a very good position there, facing off against General. He falls down. That will allow EG to cap base C, potentially, if they are careful. Base B is protected, and the longer EG waits with capping this base, oof, that tree falling down can be very costly here. They are spotted now, but they might get away with it. They do. So that means that LM won't have too big an advantage, but still it will be up to EG to make a move. And basically, LM is dug in quite nicely, spread out, and protecting certain parts of the map, which is a very good thing. Base B is basically inaccessible. Base A, of course, but at some point EG will have to make a move in order to get the point advantage back to them. Chocolate moving up, getting a higher vantage point. The Tiger 2s are moving. Wind's still there, making it look like all is there. Nicolade in the Carnarvon pushing on. But LM seems to be expecting a move near base B, because that's basically the sort of like weak point of this. If EG grabs hold of B long enough in order to get the point advantage back, then yes, but it will be very costly potentially if they do that. So LM is nicely dug in. We have the lightweight at the back, ready to get some shots in as well. General is there to get the spots in, but he's not going to be able to make much of a move from there. And just look at that. It is a fantastic tank and it can hold its own very well. Nicolade has been spotted there. Shock at the back has not. But now Brokey is moving. Nicolade losing a little bit of HP there. Going into the middle, which is always a very dangerous thing to do, because that's generally a depth trap. Now we have Carolade moving in together with Becken. They don't really have a choice. They need to get that point advantage back. They need to hold the base long enough without losing their lives, preferably. And that's going to be very, very tricky, because look at this. Look at them responding. General is moving in as well, but basically EG is bleeding HP right now. Nicolade is not in a good position there. The Tigers are in big trouble, and they still haven't got the advantage. There goes both tanks. Both teams lost a tank there. But Nicolade is not going to survive this. Nicolade is going to be the next one gone, unless he miraculously bounces this, but that is unlikely. There he goes. There goes Carolade as well. This is definitely LM's game again. And that is the pay to win wall. There goes Orca, and LM has reached 1k points and has the game. I found that in tournament battles, when you lose base A at this stage, especially on the base B side, well, on the base C side, sorry. If you have base B and you go for base A, you almost always have it. As when you can hunker down like LM did. It is very, very good, to be honest. They played very well, LM did. But it is also the tank advantage, and you can see that as well. Well, 1.5 minutes left to go before we go into the fourth match of this best of 5. And right now we get to the point where the pressure is on. If LM wins the next match, then they are through to the next upper bracket battle. whereas EG will be going to the lower bracket battle then, but EG has to win 2 in a row in order to get that done, to go to the upper bracket, and then Elm will go to the lower bracket. Like I said, nothing is lost at this stage if they get knocked out, because then they, if they lose this match, I mean, because they will still have a chance to fight their way back up. But this is where you can see that EG does not have the premium tanks. So we see now that LMA is going again with 3 E2s, 3 252Us and a Tiger 2 versus 4 Tiger 2s, 2 301s and 1 E2. But I think what is good about this is basically that it shows the advantage if you have the E2s, if you have the 252Us, that it makes such a big difference. So yeah, I doubt Wargaming will ever hold a tournament where there's no premium or collectible things allowed, but I would really like it if they did. And here we go into the 4th match of this matchup, the 2nd match on Canal. And LM has to just win once more in order to go through to the next upper bracket match. And like I said, don't ask me why, but all the streamers have been set to the upper bracket, so we all follow the upper bracket. So in the end, we will have 4 streamers in one match. And no one's following the lower bracket. So let's go up and away. And we have LM focusing now on the A and B side. Pretty much doing similar things to what LM was doing, with the biggest difference that they don't have the prem tanks to do it with, but have to rely on the normal tanks. Base C is being capped though, but it will take them some time to reach base D. And I think they were hoping for the 301s to arrive there, but these are actually there capping base A. And that will give EG the point advantage this time around. And then we're basically in similar positions as we were last match. EG gets base C, they get base D, that is no problem. LM, I mean. But there's a big difference between the two teams already. Beacon has been spotted. And they have to be careful not to overextend. As long as EG holds, and holds well, they should have this. But LM has the power and the armor, and especially the troll armor, to make the push here. Sorry, my throat is itching from all this talking. So let's see. EG holding basically Brogy going into the same position that General was at before, which is a good spotting position. Winch has been spotted but pulls back before he can take any damage. We have Jorge in the position that Nicolai was in before. And basically it's all about holding right now. I think that we will see a push nearer the end of the match by LM, potentially against these two Tiger 2s, because that's where their focus is with their forces basically. Let's see. Demoniac climbing up at a different position. And shots are being fired, but aside from Jorge losing a tiny bit of HP, not much has been happening. Winch overlooking the middle. Basically want to make sure no one is rushing there. But I think it's the Tiger 2s, Carolate and Beacon, that are going to be in trouble. We have the 252Us moving in now. Oof, that is a big hit into Deathwings, but Winch lost a lot of HP for it as well. They need to make sure that base B is not kept. If they lose base B, they lose the game. But this is what I mean with the troll bounces and all of that. The Tiger 2s are in trouble. Jorge is being rushed on the other side, but there's so many... Oh, there goes Carolade. There goes Jorge. Deathwings is going to be dropping that as well. But Beacon is not going to be long for this world at this stage. There he goes. Deathwings is taken out. Beacon might just survive it, but it will be difficult. Dictator is being taken out. Base B is being taken. Demoniac is not looking too healthy. But neither is Winch. And they need to focus on the tanks. Base B has been taken. They need to take out the tanks. There goes 2 of them. 963 points. If everyone survives, they're going to go after Brokey. Orca losing quite a bit of HP here. 980 points for... Oh, he survives it as long as he doesn't bump into him. But Brokey actually driving forwards is helpful here. Almost gone. They've got it. EG has it. And we're going to go to a tiebreaker. Oh my god. Basically, if you want to watch, get rewards for watching, by the way, you need to watch through the portal. You need to be logged in on your EU account, and then you can get stuff. Oh my god, though. This match. EG. Mwah. Perfect. And now we get to go to the tiebreaker. Honestly loving this. My throat is not, though. It's been such a long time since I streamed, aside from yesterday. It's actually... I've not talked for this much in succession for such a long time. But yeah. Anyhow, tiebreaker. We're going to go to Canyon. Canyon, interesting map actually. Looks like this, you have 3 bases. Base A, well basically there's no metal heavy, but mostly you have just positions. Base B is more to the corner than it shows. It is relatively protected. Base A has buildings. Base B is a dash trap to catch. But if you get it, it will be very hard for your enemy to get it from you. So we see that Adam is now getting ready up in the famous lineup of... No, actually no, they've changed it. They are taking 1 Tiger 2, 2 252Us, and 4 Shark Tanks. Sorry. And they're going to go up against 3 Tiger 2s, 2 Caernarvons, a 301. Oh, no, wait, they're making some changes. I'm having some serious throat issues now. But yeah, they do need to move someone in. But we see 2 Tiger 2s, 2 Caernarvons, a Lowe, a 301 and an E2. Sorry. Here we go. You need to wait for everything and for the stream to end before you get anything, by the way, with the whole avatar thing and the boosters and all of that. Basically, it's just the timer that you see. I have a feeling that's not gonna happen. But let's see. EG focusing on the base C side, with General going towards the middle. Again, if you do get base B, you're basically set. I do have a cough drop in my mouth now, and hopefully that will help. General getting spotted there. Some crossfire happening and damage being done. But General needs to be very careful, needs to get out of there very fast. Which he does. Basically, all of Adam is focusing on base A. Which means that EG needs to get base C. And get it rather fast. Base B is being left alone for the most part. But basically Adam will have a point advantage, however slight. And they have to pay to win tanks, which can be very difficult for EG. I'm so sorry, guys. This too shall pass, and then hopefully I can talk normally again. Demoniac losing a little bit of HP there, but not much. Correlate losing HP, crossing over. Winds going down, which could be very tricky. General has been spotted taking a big hit there. General taking more hits. He is not in a good position there. He needs to get the blip out. Olga getting focused and losing a crap ton of HP there. And they need to play it carefully. They already have the point disadvantage. They need to slowly make them bleed HP and not bleed any HP themselves. There's little less than 1k difference between them. A little over 1k difference between them, HP wise. But it is a very tricky thing here. Especially once you get tanks like Orca in general, which are not looking too healthy. Carolade now also losing a lot of HP. Win's trying to hold the middle, but he's going to get into trouble before long. With the amount of tanks that are there or that are coming for him. EG just losing too much HP here. Winch now also losing some. But that does allow Becken to move in. I think he's going to cross over. Potentially. Winch losing way more HP there. And it's almost like EG is going a bit YOLO here. Not sure what they're doing, but they're not in a position to do this. And their Becken is going to be in so much trouble. Winch is almost gone. There he goes. Orca seemingly now realizing what is happening. Becken losing way too much HP here. Chocolate bleeding. On his own versus 3. There goes Becken. Orca now called out in the open. Brokey is gone, but there goes Chocolate. Orca not going to be long for this world either. EG bleeding, then almost going YOLO in a way. Orca still alive, if barely. Base B is being taken by General, but it's not going to do much good when they're all going to die. There goes Orca, there goes Demoniac. And now General is losing HP. He would have to grab base B to base A and B to win this at this stage. But it's only General that is left. He does take out Jorge. But he's not going to survive this. And it's going to be Alum that is through to the next upper bracket round. And there's nothing that General can do about that. He might survive. But even that is very doubtful. And there he goes. Dictator from the bridge taking him out. Oh my god. That was close though. Yeah, no, actually, well, match-wise it was close. In this case, EG did not have the map control and Alum played beautifully. 4.5 minutes for the match. No, Pani said it nicely. Yeah, let's make the tiebreaker an asymmetric map. True that. So yeah, that means that Alum is through to the next upper bracket round. Again, this is a bug. I will get a third one before long. And let's have a look when that is. Ooh, it's gonna be Alum versus Raid. On Faust. Oh god, I love Faust. Very nicely done, all in all. Let's actually look how the rest is doing, because we can see how the other maps are. We have the lower bracket. It looks like Appa. I think they're out now. Officially, yeah. They lost from Chai. They're up against Legion again. And us, let's see. They're up against EG next. Oof, that's gonna be hard. So we have us versus EG and Chart versus Legion. We have Raid versus Alum. And then I believe we still have the winner from Chart, Chai Raiders and Legion versus the winner from EG versus us. So I would expect that to be Legion versus EG, which would be quite epic, to be honest. But yeah, overall very nice. Let's see, what time is it? In 20 minutes, which means that I can show you a replay or 2 or 3. Let's see, what have I got for you? I'm going to show you a replay for my clanmate. Let's see. This was one of the first lines that I free XP'd the STB line, but then I also free XP'd this line because I didn't want to wait to have this tank, because I absolutely fell in love with it while driving it. Cyber Tomato, real name Marcel, is such a nice guy. He is incredibly smart, he is studying very hard, and he's just so nice. So let's have a look. Ah, Jorge is Rashford. Thank you, Dave. These are the kind of things I don't know. Everyone has been changing their name and it's been confusing as heck. So it's good to know that. I mean, they're all pros at this stage. Like, as in literal pro gamers and everything. But I've kind of lost track of who's who because of it all. Let's see. Oof, that is a missed shot. Moiskin making it easy though, which is helpful. Oh, that was the AMX just taking the shots for Marcel basically. I'm not sure how serious can you take the teams right now in the Tier A tournament. I mean, can you expect these teams to also make it to the to stay in this team for the autumn season? We're not getting twisted season, but autumn season. Actually, kind of curious about that. Also, just so you're aware, I will be streaming that too, bits and pieces at least. Oof, you go for the easier tank and then you don't actually pen it. That is painful. But he does take a hit back. There we go. He just needs to be careful with the Hori. His team is not doing too good though. Kind of needs to clip that guy to save his Jaeger. Ooh, that helps. You could have taken him out, I think. Not sure why you reloaded there. Let's see, 2689, big trouble. Especially since Marcel is reloading. He is being quite forwards though. There you go, Leo has been taken out actually. So has the T628. Hori is actually being quite nice. Oh, that is a big hit. And a painful one at that. Oh, oof, oof. Oh, and that shot missing, oh my god. But he might make it. He might survive it. As long as he actually manages to reload. Yeah, no, Lopani, you're absolutely right. Last match was not won by Elm because pay to win. It was won because they really outplayed EG. And EG made mistakes. They bled HP and they bled hard. Oh! Yeah, and now he knows it's up. Aw, that's actually so nice. Trying to teach your enemy some tricks. 6688 damage, 1524 base XP. A very nice match. Very nicely done. So let's see, what time did I say it was in? I can show you another quick game. Let's see. I'm going to show you this one. In the Chieftain. Let's see. Chieftain is one of those tanks. Technically also pay to win. Any premium tank can be technically pay to win, to be honest. But it is a lovely tank. It has lots of weaknesses, but also lots of strengths, and I absolutely enjoy driving it. So I'm kind of curious to see what will happen here. He is not even capping the base. He's going to be quite forwards here by the looks of it. Let's see. And he might get some nice assisted damage here. If his team is actually paying attention, which it isn't. Nice shot. Chieftain bouncing on him, which is helpful. And now he's giving up on base C, which is even more useful. Jaeger at the back there, not looking too healthy. He is going to be gone soon. Let's see. There's an E100. Oh, this would be the perfect time for adrenaline if he still had it. Tanks like that, making it so easy to shoot them. Now he has the Chieftain arriving though. And he takes a hit. But he does more damage in turn. Ooh, nice little bounce there. Base D has been capped. He needs to be a little bit careful now. And he can take out the E100. Ooh, no he doesn't. Low roll. But there he goes. Nearly 4k damage done. And that's the end of the Chieftain. But he has to be careful not to get shot from everywhere at once. Let's see. E3 over there. Oof, nice. He does have to be careful though. Spaghetti not driving in the position that they can actually shoot him. Let's see. Nice shot on the move there. Spaghetti also moving there. Oof. Yeah, that was actually a bounce, but yeah. Always the voices are so stupid when they make comments like that. Let's see. And there goes the E100. And the T-57 Heavy. That does not bode well. They kind of need to get bases. Let's see. Reloading when you still have a shot left is not necessarily a bad thing, but I think he thought that the Jaeger would take care of the Hori. There you go. Nice HE shot there. And he does not get spotted for it, which is even better. And another one. Oof. Oof, if that happened, that would have been so good. But now he's in a bit of a pickle. And there's not all that much time left. And he kinda has to take out the tanks fast if he wants to win this. And we kinda need him to, because we need to focus on the next tournament match. There we go. Oof, ouch. As long as he can kill that grill first. But he has to be careful there. Oof, nice. E3 is too eager here. He does not have the gun depression for that. This helps, actually. Our chieftain, I mean. But now the E3 is reloading, which, if our chieftain plays his god right, allows him to get behind him. Especially with the E3 driving like this. Oof. He should have this. Yeah, he definitely has this. Very well done. Beautiful game, this. And goes to show exactly why the chieftain is such a lovely tank. Very nicely done. 1876 base XP. Come on. And there we go. That one. Okay. Yeah. That is what I mean with the tournament room bug. But at least we got allowed in. And we are moving on to Faust. Faust looks like this. You have 4 bases. C and D close to their respective spawn. B in the middle. And A considered a map base. It is a map that is often dominated by base advantage rather than map advantage, because there's a lot of tunnels, well, bridges and tunnels, which makes it a very interesting map. It is absolutely my favorite map in the game because it's so unpredictable. But yeah. Yes, I can see the chat, but the thing is that there's a 5-minute delay on the stream, so anything that you say, if I respond to it, you hear it 5 minutes later, which is quite useless. So let's see. Just making sure that there's no map on the screen for you guys. We have little less than 2 minutes left to go before we see Raid versus Elm. And we see Raid is also sporting premium tanks. But they are using the, whatchamacallit, the KBZ, which is a great tank, honestly. It is a very fun tank. It is very light, it's very fast. But of course, for that mobility, you pay the price with having no armor whatsoever. So that can be tricky. But with Elm focusing again on a very heavy lineup, yeah, that can work against them, because Faust is a map that you can easily run around on. So it will be interesting. There we have Every and Fugit, and on our side we have me and Wells One Helper. Because this is what I predicted, that you get like 4 streamers in one match. And the same thing is going to happen next one. 1 minute left to go. And we have Raid ready with... Oh, I forgot the nickname of that tank. Absolutely hate that. But 2 KPZs, 3 T32s and 2 252Us. And Adam is still missing a player, but so far they have 1 Tiger 2. There we go. Let's see what demo the deck is going to take. But we see 1 Tiger 2, 3 E2s and 2 252Us. And Demoniac still has to ready up. So let's see, there we go. He goes for an Ice 3 Defender. We've not seen that one yet today, but again, premium tank. So let's see what's going to happen with this. I kind of wonder how it's going to go with the T32s versus the E2s, actually. Because that can be an interesting matchup. But here we go, countdown clock has begun. We're going into this best of 7. So the first team to reach 4 victories now is going to go through to the finals tomorrow, the grand finals. And let's see what's going to happen. Dun 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 dun. Let's see. Weird, of course, has been world champions, but we see some new players here as well. As in players that we haven't seen in the tier 10 tournaments. Raid sending one tank off to go towards base A, where they're going to meet 2 E2s if they're unlucky. Base C and D being taken both, but Raid will have a tiny point advantage. Base. Oh, Toby! Overextending, not expecting people to be there. And losing a whole lot of HP just by being there. He is getting away with it, but barely, and Dictator is going to take him out. Still alive, but only barely. There he goes. Toby has been taken out. Base A has been kept. LM has a definite advantage, both in caps, but now also in guns. Raid, on the other hand, is taking over base D. Sorry. And they are focusing on the points rather than the tanks. Because with 2 bases, he can still get the advantage back. They just need to be careful not to have anyone caught out alone, not to lose too much HP crossing over. Dictator and the other E2 there, Brokey, holding together. LM on the other side, pushing back. OG Project losing some HP there. And LM is pushing in. Demoniac losing quite some HP there. But OG Project losing a bit more. Sorry. My camera is derping. OG Project not long for this world. The money dude also losing a lot of HP on the other side. And OG Project is not going to make it. And there he goes. Money dude still alive, if barely, but there he goes. And Raid has lost 3 tanks already, whereas LM has lost none. Blaster now being basically murdered, massacred, bouncing. Sick is losing a lot of HP behind us. There goes Blaster, there goes JP. We have Sick and Playmaker left. Sick is not going to be long, there you go. And now only Playmaker is left. And the first game, despite the base advantage, is very definitely for LM. So many bounces. And so aggressively played by LM. I don't think Raid expected that. That's also what, not last year's Twisted, but the Twisted before that. It was a meta that did not. Was it last year? I don't know. A meta that does not suit Raid. Raid is a very patient playing team overall. The tactical gameplay really suits them. So when they're caught unaware by an aggressive push like LM is doing, it can work out very, very good. At this stage, no one is streaming Legion Tutor. Because Wargaming decided to let us all stream the upper brackets. So last match we had 2 streamers in the match. Now we have 4 streamers in the match. Look at this. We're all here. It does not make sense to me, but that's how it is. So yeah, now we go for the second match on Faust. Again, definitely my favorite map. And we see that Raid is taking 2 KPZs again. 3 T32s. and 2-2-5-2 use, and they're going to go up against the defender, Tiger 2, 2-2-5-2 use, and 3 E2s. Just 42 seconds left to go before we go into the game and see what happens in the second match of this best of 7. Even if Alan wins again, there's no real pressure just yet, because they will need 2 more victories to take it home and to go through to the grand finals. Black Bulldog. Thank you, Lopani. That's the word I was looking for. The nickname of the KPZ is the Black Bulldog. So basically the Bulldog. That is... Seriously, I can't brain. My memory is absolute crap. I can't focus, can't concentrate, and I forget stuff like that. One of them has now been changed to an Action X at the last minute, because the countdown clock has already begun. We are going into the second match of this best of 7. And here we go. And let's see what's going to happen. And let's see how the Action X holds itself, because the strength of the tank lies in the reload, but not necessarily the armor, unless it's in a very perfect position for it. So let's see what they're gonna do now. And now Raid is not sending anyone to base A, but neither is Elm. So they could have gotten away with it. Toby capping the base for Raid, Bretzel for Elm. Fire has shots are being fired into the blind position there, but they still cap it without losing a single bit of HP. Dictator loses a little bit there, and Elm is pushing quite aggressively again. They're just going for it. JP in potential trouble, but pulling back. This is basically what I mean. Elm is playing very aggressively, and that suits their gameplay, where it does really not suit Raid's. They're firing. Playmaker is going to fall down, loses some HP for it. That was not really as intended, I think. JP has been taken out. We have Brokey here versus a lot of Raid guns. If I go any more forwards, I will jump up above rather than stay here. Sig is not looking too good, but he does survive another shot. And the money dude. Oof. There goes Sig. Brokey is still alive, if barely, but the money dude is going to take him out. And there we go. But again, Elm has the definite advantage. We're going to take you up so we have more of an oversight. Basically, Elm has the low HP targets, but they're not being taken out. Blaster is now gone. It is 3 versus 6. It is definitely Elm's game again. Elm is dominating tier 8. And yes, that also has to do with a lot of pay to win tanks, but it's also the player. The player has to be good in order to make it work. There goes Dictator. But Toby is almost dead as well. And they're not going to be able to win this. Money dude losing more and more HP here. Toby has been taken out. Only Money dude is left. And Demoniac is going to take him out. There he goes. And the match is for Elm again. Absolutely lovely. This is basically, I like the aggressive gameplay that Elm is showing. Because they get away with it. They have the tanks for it. Literally the kind of tanks for it. But still you have to make it work. And in this case, Raid just seems to be caught off guard when Elm pushes like this. But we'll see how that goes next map. Because we are now moving to Castilla. Castilla looks like this. You have 3 bases. Base A, the map base. Base C, the heavy base. Base B in the middle. Overall, it is a very campy map. There's lots of camping generally happening on both sides. But I wonder if that's going to be happening right now. Because there's no real competitive TDs that we've been seeing. We have seen Isu, but it didn't perform all that well. So it will be interesting to see what they do with this. I've taken away the map so it's not going to block your screen anymore. And we have Elm that is ready in a defender, an IS-3 defender. A Tiger 2, 3 E2s and 2 252Us, which seems to be their go-to lineup right now. And we have Raid now readying up in 2 T32s, 2 252Us, an E2, and not sure what, they have 40 seconds left to ready up for it. And then we'll see what happens. Let's see. In the meantime, if you've been watching from the beginning, you should have all the rewards now if you watch through the portal. Like I said, I will stream for a minimum of 100 minutes starting from 8 PM, which is going to end in like 20 minutes, so that's fine. And here we go, another T32 and another 252U being chosen for Castilla. And let's see what's going to happen. Neither clan is focusing on a remotely mobile lineup, which is interesting to watch, to be honest. Let's see. And let's see how they're going to bring it. Love the camo, by the way. This is a 6-year camo. It looks fantastic. And it works on most tanks. Let's see. Raid focusing on the base A side, whereas Adam seems to be going primarily or no, entirely. No, one of them is turning around. The Tiger to Bushka. Gienyi. Can't pronounce that. Shuya. I'm going to call him Shuya because that I can actually say. I'm going towards base A. JP heading towards the Citadel. Base B unprotected. None of the bases are really contested just yet, but Ruffy will be taking base. No, he's driving past it. I think they were hoping for a push, but now base C is being capped. Base A is still being not taken. C is going to be capped, so Alan will have a point advantage again. And Raid is all clustered together over there. Alan spreading out a little bit more. Base A is now being capped. But they need to be careful. They have no people overlooking base B. And that can be very dangerous as well. Because if base B is capped, then it will be very hard. But even now, with Alan obviously having a lot of experience here. And digging themselves in, it will be very hard for Raid to grab it. Despite the fact that it's Raid that we're talking about. Brokey and Jorge, well, Rashford, holding the middle there. Shia turning around. Not entirely in the way he wants to go. Raid almost entirely on the north spawn side now. With the exception of JP. Virtuals have been fired, but no damage has been done. And again, it is Alum that has the point advantage. Which means that Raid has to make the move, and they're going to be meeting Dictator and Deathwings here. But now they've got their own share of 252Us. So it will be interesting to see what happens there. OG Project taking a little bit of damage there. They want to shoot Dictator. And he does take a little bit of a hit, but that's a lot of shots for only one hit. And now the T-32s are caught in a bad position. And it will be up to Ray to make a move, but it will be tricky when it's like this. Alum moving in to surround those T-32s. And Blaster is not looking too healthy. He's going to be the first one to be gone. And there's nothing they can do about it. The T-32 is literally being pincered here. OG Project not wanting to fall down but not having a choice. Sick is not going to be long for this world either. Almost gone. He gets another shot in, but there he goes. That's the second gun out of the way. OG Project hopelessly in trouble here. Dictator also losing quite a bit of HP. But overall, Raid has already lost 4 tanks. And Alum is looking very healthy. And generally in good positions as well. Brokey is not going to be long for this build either, but overall, Alum just has the HP and the guns to just go for it and see what happens. Muddy Dude literally surrounded by 4 tanks. Doesn't matter that they're being shot from behind as well. It honestly, he has no chance. There he goes. Now we have Toby at the back there. JP wanted to take out Brokey. But if he drops down, he is doomed. And he has to be careful. He gets another shot into Rashford, well, Jorge there. Toby is not going to survive this either. And there's just no hope. Only JP is left. And he's not going to be able to win this. He does get another shot in, but that's about where it ends. He might be able to kill Brokey. But again, he's not going to be able to win this match. Brokey arriving at the back. Let's see. And now JP is in trouble. I think he's not even going to get Brokey. Unless they really overextend. Oof, nope, he does not get him. And there he goes. And the game is very much for Alum. To be fair, versus EG, I felt it was more pay to win for Alum in order to win. But right now, they are seriously outplaying Raid. And that last match versus EG as well, they played beautifully there. One and a half minute left to go. It is currently 3-0 for Alum. That is not something that anyone will have expected. Not from Raid. And if Alum wins the next match, then they are through to the grand finals tomorrow. And Raid will be through to the lower bracket. So let's see. We have Alum ready in a Defender, a Tiger 2, 3 T2s and 2 252Us. For the 4th match and the 2nd match on Castilla. And we have Raid ready up in 3 252Us, 2 Tiger 2s, an E2 and potentially a T32. If Blaster actually ends up taking that tank. Yes, exactly. Lopani just said Raid were not prioritizing their big alpha guns. That was like not last match but the match before that, but it is true. I think Raid massively underestimated Alum. And the fact that Alum is playing really pretty aggressively is working in their favor as well. Like I said, Raid tends to like more patient gameplay. And that shows. So almost time for the countdown clock. And then we go into the 4th match of this best of 7. Potentially match point for Alum. So let's see. Here we go. Let's see how this works out. That's true. The Wolf Slayer just said they can put it back. We have seen it before. They can, but it will be very tricky with Alum in this shape. And Raid seemingly a little bit helpless in a way. Let's see. Raid splitting up 4 tanks towards base C. Oh, 5 tanks towards base C. And the Tiger 2 is heading towards base A potentially. And Alum focusing on the base C side again. I'm going to take a bit of a back look so that we can see how they meet. We have the 252Us at the back there. Hiding behind the bush. Ruffy getting spotted. They know that there's people there now. And they know that there's people there now. But JP is actually the first one to lose some HP. Brokey crossing over, which is an expensive feat. Oof, sick, losing a lot of HP there. Basically they're trying to hold, but sort of like in a way being pincered, even though they try to sort of make a pincer movement themselves. Base C attempted to be capped again, because it will be a nice advantage to have if you can have it. Base B also being capped. Shuya moving in. OG Project angling to side scrape there. Oh, and that was costly. So let's see. Again, Alem having very good map domination. And I think it might have been different if people had been taking fast tanks to get around places. But it's just taking too long. Raid caught off guard again. Alem having 2 bases now. Raid making a push, pushing up and over. But not consistently going for the same tank. They are shooting people everywhere. There is lack of focus fire definitely on Raid side here. Alem pushing in. Ruffy not looking too healthy. Neither is Jorge. There goes Ruffy. But there goes Blaster as well. There's a lot of low HP targets on Raid side as well. Playmaker is taken out. Dicta 2 is losing some more HP. HP wise it is relatively close. It is very close. But it will be about taking out the guns. And at this stage Alem has a lot more guns. If they take out the one-shots it can work, but it will be very, very tricky. Basically we have... They're not focusing on the bases either, which I think is a bad call. Dicta 2 is taken out. Muddy Dude is losing HP. They need to take out Deathwings if they want to have a chance. That is very important. And they do. Base B is being stolen. Money Dude not looking too healthy. He does get another hit in though. JP arriving. Brokey avoiding getting shot. Shuya still in the water. There goes Money Dude. Base C is being stolen. Demoniac taken out. I thought for sure that this was going to be another battle for Alem. But Raid is actually pulling it back towards them. And I like that. Shuya still driving through the water. Unable to do much of anything there. But they're not entirely certain where he is. And that is giving Brokey the advantage here. Ooh, but he does not pan that. And that is expensive. There goes Brokey. We only have Shuya left. And he can't really do much of anything. So this is actually the first match that Raid is winning this matchup. So that's a good goal. Let's actually go with Toby. See if he can spot Shuya. Which he should now. And Shuya has no hope of surviving this. And there we go. Raid taking home their first victory of this matchup. And I hope that's going to be a turning point. Not necessarily because I want them to win. I honestly don't really have a preference between these two. But it will be nice to see some proper competition. And to see some exciting more matches. I mean, I'm always in favor of tiebreakers. As a streamer, you want that. So it is now 1-3. Anything can still happen. And we will see. We are going to go on to Black Goldfield. It looks like this. You have 3 bases. C considered a heavy base, B in the middle, and A considered a mid base. Overall, I much like the positioning around base A. But we have seen a lot of action on all sides in tournaments on this map. So basically, I can't really say where I think they will go because they can go literally anywhere. So, taking away the map so that's not blocking your screen. And we will focus on the game. We have Alem readied up in a defender. 3 E2s and 3-2-5-2 used now. And they're going to go up against 325 to use. A Tiger 2. Potentially a 301. A Defender and an E2. And let's see. 40 seconds have to go before we go into the match. And it's actually no. It's a Tiger 2. So 325 to use. Tiger 2, 301. Defender and an E2. "23 seconds left to go, and then we can see if Raid is managing to hold this and push back. Because again, it is a match point match for Elm. If they win one more game, they are through to the grand finals tomorrow. Whereas Raid does not have that option. They need to win 3 in a row to get there. So here we go. Dun 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 dun. At least you're getting some bang for your buck, to be honest. With watching this, I mean. These are fun matches. Let's see what's going to happen. Blaster going towards the middle, the rest of Raid focusing on the base C side. And basically Elm focusing on A and B, and that can be very tricky for Blaster if he's spotted there. He does spot Deathwings, so they know that there's going to be someone there. And he might be in trouble. He is pulling back, which I think is a very good call. And he's like, yeah, let's not be here. Base C is being taken. Brokey taking the mirroring position that Blaster was in. And Raid actually has a point advantage right now. And a base advantage. Base A will be capped as well, there you go. But Raid will have an advantage. And Elm is digging in. Deathwings basically a spotter to see if anyone dares to push through their spawn. And we have Blaster in the back there in the bush to spot anyone. First shots, first damage being done both sides. But they have to be careful, they have the advantage. Raid does not need to take any chances here. Let's see. Let's see if they can keep up this work. It will be Elm that has to make a push here. And that's the first time that Raid has had an early advantage rather than Elm. So that can also be a game changer. And like I said, I'm very curious to see if Raid can actually keep this up and get away with it. If they can get another match in and all of that. They have the advantage. Brokey going back there. Wanting to see if he's spotted, but he's very, very carefully. He's very careful. Jorge now moving in. Base B is unattended, and that can be very tricky. If they grab base B, then Raid is at a very big disadvantage, but they put in no protection. And that can be very difficult. Blaster is driving around the back. Base B has been taken. But I wonder if Blaster is going to try and take base A now. He could potentially try that. There's a push at base C as well. Elm pushing multiple directions. Oh, OG project. Getting absolutely hammered and driving into a rock, which is not going to be helpful either. There goes OG project. They're losing base C. Elm is taking the advantage back by force. And rapidly too. Raffi is just staying there. It doesn't really matter if he gets shot. Because he's keeping them from getting any points from the base. And there we go. Toby actually driving into the base. Deathwings is gone. And they need to Blaster, not looking too healthy there in the middle. But Brokey is almost gone. There goes Demoniac. They need the bases. Sick needs to survive. Sick driving behind the building just to survive. 890 points. Just Brokey is gone. Raffi bouncing that shot is very, very important. Miss Dictature, base B is being capped. JP has been taken out though. And we have Sick. No! Oh, that was very expensive. All the bases are now in Raid's position. As long as they survive, they should have this. They should have this. Raid is pulling it back towards them again. They just need to keep them from capping. As long as they do that, they will have this game, and that is a wonder. Because it looked to be going very, very wrong. Jorge has been taken out. It is just Toto here. And Toto is literally getting sandwiched between two 252Us. Oh my god. And there he goes with a double tap. And 1k points for Raid. And Raid wins the second match. These guys, these are the matches you stream for. That was absolutely epic. Very nicely done. This is beautiful gaming. I love it. I really thought that Ellen would definitely have this with the way they were dominating all the bases. But that one fast tank and him surviving Blaster made all the difference here. Beautiful. So now we're going into the 6th match of this best of 7. And if Raid wins again, we get a tiebreaker. And that would be absolutely awesome. This is great though. They were behind 3-0. And anything they do now is fantastic, honestly. So let's see, just over a minute left to go before we go on to the second match on Black Goldville. This 6th match in this best of 7. And we have Ellen ready in a Tiger 2, 3 E2s and 3 252Us. And they're going to go up against 3 252Us, a Tiger 2, a 301, a Defender and an E2. But this is the thing. Ellen's main weakness is their lack of mobility. They have the armor, they have the Troll armor, which is very important as well. And all of that does a lot in their favor, but they lack the mobility to run around. And that means anything can happen. So let's see. 20 seconds left to go before we go into the 6th match. And we'll see what happens then. Here we go. Countdown clock has begun. We are ready. And I'm actually excited. I do love this. Managing to pull it back when you're so far behind on bases is definitely something. And let's see if Blaster is going to make all the difference again. Alum. Similar action as before, going towards base C. Now Jorge going towards the middle, supported by Brokey. And Raid doing a similar thing. We're going to have a fast brawl, I think. First shot taken. Shots fired. Demoniac losing a little bit of HP. And now Demoniac is being focused on. He is protected though by Deathwings, but Deathwings is losing a lot of HP very fast as well. Look at this, look at this. Deathwings. Sick now have lost a lot of HP, but Deathwings is almost gone. Demoniac is almost gone. There goes Deathwings. There goes the... there goes Deathwing's Demoniac was the first one gone, my bad. But this, exactly, Raid doesn't have a single tank that looks as that unhealthy that can be shot very fast. Whereas... basically, Alum is in very big trouble. There goes Toto. And they now have a 3-gun disadvantage here. They don't even care about the base at this point. Raid is just going for the kills. And there's no reason they shouldn't. Dictator is gone. Brokey next in line together with Ruffy. And basically they're not even focus firing now. Because they don't really need to. Sig has been taken out. Playmaker has been out. But it is 5 versus 2. 5 versus 1. And even with the troll bounces, Ruffy can't win that, and there he goes. And Raid is pulling it back from a 3-0 disadvantage to a 3-3. That is amazing. That is absolutely, like, honest. This was also a very quick game. The brawl definitely worked in Raid's favor. But even while brawling, Raid played patiently, and I liked watching that because you could see them holding the positions a bit more, not overextending. And Elm did, and they paid for it. Raid is definitely bringing their A game now, and I love it. We're going to go to Desert Sands for the tiebreaker. Desert Sands look like this. You have 3 bases, 1 in the desert, 2 in the city. You can summon a giant sandworm called Shai Hulud from the June saga here if you want. Sorry. And it's just, wow. This is a tiebreaker map. And what a way to get to the grand finals. They actually really have to work for it. Just making sure that there's no map for you on the screen. That you can actually only see the game. And we have Elm now ready again with the heavy lineup. With the Tiger 2, 4 E2s now even. And 2 252Us. And we have a Raid ready in 3 252Us, 2 T32s, an E2 and potentially a 301 if Blaster stays in it. No, it's a T32. So, no, he might change it again. But that's not the kind of the thing to keep in mind. I think that is Elm's weakness. The lack of mobility. Sorry. Ugh. It's been so long since I talked this much. And here we go. 5 seconds left before we go into the final match of this matchup. And then we will know who's going through to the grand final straight away or who has to fight another match before that. But this is actually awesome. I'm really enjoying this. Basically, as streamer, you always want, like, tiebreakers. But when they get as exciting as these, this is just awesome. Blaster. I'm going to get some spots in, I fear. He does spot people crossing over. And I think they know that he's not alone there and that he needs to get the blip out of there. Because he is a tiny tank. He is a very fast tank. But yeah, it can work very much against you. And he runs off. Base B is being kept, which is a very cheeky move. But if they get away with it, all the better. Raid seems to have found their mojo. Toby losing a tiny bit of HP. And again. And now Deathwings is in a position to do proper damage to Toby. And Toby losing more HP as he pulls back. And they did not get the base. But LM does have base A, which means they have an advantage now. Yes, I am a girl, last I checked. Oh my god. But we have a Raid dug in here. And now base C is being capped, but Elm has about a 2 point something tank advantage here. So that's not going to be easy for Raid, and Raid lost quite a bit of HP on Toby for trying to get the base B. Playmaker now also losing some HP. Blaster running around the back. And let's see. Elm is dug in quite nicely. They can't cap base B. They will have to get tanks out of the way. But that will be very difficult with the way the Elm is positioned. They are dug in well and good. And in my opinion, they have the strongest side of the map as well, which is definitely going to be helpful for them as well. Basically, I think they're hoping people go up the ramp and that Elm will overextend. Brokey losing some HP there. But basically, they have to be careful. Toto moving in now. Getting double tapped. Playmaker and Money Dude moving in. Toby losing more HP. Brokey not looking so healthy. They really need to make all the shots count. They need to take out the tanks if they want to win the match. Double track definitely helps. But they have to be careful. Elm is now pushing. They're pushing the middle. And that can be very dangerous as well. Jorge not looking too healthy. Toby losing more HP. Whew. You want to shoot the low HP targets, but it is not being made easy. And Playmaker is losing too much HP. Toby is not looking too healthy. Blaster is moving in. Playmaker, Toto is being taken out, but Playmaker is not going to survive this. And Money Dude has to be careful, has to be in cover. Otherwise he's going to lose it as well. Demoniac and Blaster both losing quite a lot of HP. Oof, Brokey has been taken out. They could potentially steal base B right now if they take out. This is going to be a very close call. Dictator is still alive, if barely. And they need to grab the base. There goes Dictator. It is 6 versus 4. Oh, it is 6 versus 2. Raid has pulled it back from a 0-3 score. They are going to win this. They are going to win this. They won 4 matches in a row in order to win this, but they are going to win this. Money Dude is taken out. But at this point, it's not going to be enough. Blaster going after Demoniac. They have the points. They needn't take any chances. Blast is sitting there. And now that he's unspotted, we have GP going in for the kill. And there he goes, turret flying and everything. This was absolutely brilliant. What a comeback. Oh my god. That is... wow. I think nobody expected this. Not especially Elm was so strong in the beginning. So strong. And Ray just took it from them. They took it back. Absolutely awesome. Really love it. That was absolutely perfect. Let's have a quick look to see, do we get any more matches? I'm actually not sure. Because I think we get these are still going. No, these are still happening. We get more matches, I think. Not sure. I think we still get Legion versus EG. And then tomorrow we get the winner of that versus Elm. And then the winner of that versus Raid. I believe that's how it goes. So yeah, we do still get another matchup. But oh my god, what a game. I'm not going to be able to show you any replays now, because there's only like 2 minutes left before we get another room invite. But that was so cool. You're not going to be disappointed by tonight's matches, that's for sure. Thing is, Wargaming asked us to give them any highlights, but the thing is, this whole matchup was a highlight. The comeback and everything, it was just so cool. There's no specific moment that I feel was epic. It was the whole of it. And it's just absolutely awesome. I did not expect that Elm played so strongly. They really outplayed Raid so much for the first 3 matches. And then Raid was like, yeah, let's pick up our shit and just bring it. And they did. Wow. That was so cool. But this was like all, in a way, I think it was more evenly matched as in tank choice, I mean. If you do not have the premium tanks that people are playing a lot in these matches, then you are at a big disadvantage. But those T-32s, the way that they were supporting the team, not necessarily shooting the target close to them alone, they were really supporting the team. And that worked out beautifully. Wow. Honestly, loving it. So we got EG versus Legion to finish up the night. And here we go. It's gonna be epic. This is like Clash of the Titans. Absolutely loving it. Let's see. We still have plenty of time. We are starting off on Desert Sands, so let's have a look at that. That's actually the map that we just went to, so you should have it in mind a little bit. How it goes and everything. But honestly, these matches, guys. Seriously. I would be happy to have matches like this in a Twister on offline final. Beautiful. But again, there were so many points where I thought that Lanham would have it. Because he had the point advantage, the base advantage, even the position advantage. And Raid still got them to come out. It's just awesome. So yeah, this is again a best of 5 though. So the first team that reaches 3 victories, not 4, 3, is going to go through to the lower bracket finals tomorrow. And they're going to go up against Elm tomorrow. And the winner of that is going to go up against Raid in the grand finals. And you can watch it all on basically all our channels, because we will all be streaming that. But my stream will be the portal stream again. So you're stuck with me if you want to watch through the portal. But of course you're free to basically have that playing and then mute me and watch the stream that you actually want to see. Because I know my commentary is for everyone. And pro players tend to basically want other streams. And that's fine. Because basically as a streamer you can't cater to everyone. You have to cater for an audience that you want to cater to. In my case, I'm more about explaining what is happening, what has to happen and all of that. And that's something that the Pro Clan War players, they already see that. They know that. You're at the point now that Raid is actually won that, I think. In the chat, I mean. Because of the 5-minute delay. And it's just, wow. I was surprised, but it was really epic to see that comeback. 2.5 minutes left to go before we go into this best of 5, the final matchup of tonight. And we have EG that is ready in 2 T-32s, 2 E2s, 2 Carnarvons, and an IS-3 Defender, and they're going to go up against 2 301s, a Carnarvon, an E2, a Pantera, and 2 252Us. Very different lineups. It will be interesting to see what they do with that. But oh my god, these matches just now. This basically, it's going to be hard to beat that. Even though this is a Clash of the Titans. And I'm a big fan of both these teams. Just wow. So let's see. A little less than 2 minutes to go. Again, all your counters should be filled if you've been watching through the portal. You will get all your rewards after the stream has ended. and then still give it a few hours because the game has to do it all automatically and everything. And that can be a bit difficult for people for the game. So be patient and we'll see. Let's see. 1 minute, 15 seconds left to go before you go into the match. I can't get over these last matches that we've seen, because that was just awesome. So cool. Love it, love it, love it. But yeah, you can't really capture that in a highlight reel, because that's just... it was all highlight. Both the very strong gameplay from Element in the beginning, and then followed up by a race comeback. It's just awesome. I love it. So now we have one more matchup to go, like I said. And basically, we have... both teams have been to the offlines. Given not really their main team is this, the teams that you see. But still. It's awesome. And overall, I would be so excited for this matchup if we had not just seen the matchup that we had. It's going to be very hard to basically match with that. But here we go. Countdown clock has finally begun. We are going into the first game of this best of 5. I still can't believe Riot won that. That was so cool. First time I've not had to show any replays in between either, because there was just not enough time. Oh, so cool. Let's see what they're going to do. Legion heading into the desert. EG following. Some blind shot happening there. Bacon. I think it should be Bacon. Bacon is awesome. Everything is better with Bacon. But yeah. General peeking over, but base A is definitely going to be capped by Legion. And that will give Legion a small a point advantage, because all of EG is here, so base C is not going to be capped. Yeah, Dwarf just said, not even going to try predicting this one. Yeah, I think that's a good call, because this is a Clash of the Titans. I don't call it that for no reason. They are both such pros. So both such pro players and seasoned Clan Wars players. I think the biggest risk is that it's going to be a sort of stalemate game. With Dakadas running away in the back. And they want the fast tanks to flank. Winch now going, base A is going to be stolen. Which was bound to happen. EG pushing. I think they're expecting that there's not enough people here. Winch being attacked by the 301s, but we have 5 tanks here. Sorry, 6 tanks here. Pushing the Honor. The Honor is being absolutely obliterated. And Winch is still alive. He is next in line to go, but Catch the Snack is also not looking too healthy. Winch is taken out. And we have Romka moving in. Taking out Snack. Whoopsie, Sasha Grey here. Now in trouble. Orsa has been taken out. There goes Sasha. Dakudas not looking too healthy either. Romka still alive, but he's taken out. And it is 2 versus 5. And the first match is going to be EG's. It ended up in a very quick brawl. And I think Legion did not expect this. That they were pushing so good. Yeah, that's true. He should have stayed here. Yes. Basically, they're in agreement about the tier itself. And this was basically the way that they pushed. EG pushed very well. And Legion was too spread out. And indeed, the 252U in the city did cost them dearly. Well, you would say that they're taking bad tanks, but they're not bad tanks. They're making it work, aren't they? But that's the thing. I'm not actually sure. I need to check that. But they might just not have the amount of Prem tanks that other people have. Legion now ready in an RU, a Carnarvon, 3 252Us, an IS-5, and potentially a Pantera. Let's see if Dakota sticks with that. No, he's going with the Tiger 2 instead. And they're going to go against 2 T-32s, 2 E2s, 2 Carnarvons, and an IS-3 Defender. Less than a minute left to go before we go into the second match of this best of 5. And the team that is going to lose this matchup is knocked out of the tournament, basically. This is their final chance. Ugh. It's been 3 hours, well, a little bit less because I've been on the holding screen because I want to make sure everything was working for about 15 minutes. But still, that's a lot of time to be talking like constantly, well, not consistently, constantly at least. No, Airstownly, you cannot have my phone number. You can have my Discord server, it's in the description of the video. But yeah, here we go, countdown clock has begun, we go into the second match of this best of 5. And let's see, here we go. Let's see how it goes. Actually like that Legion is sporting EG avatars. Let's see what's going to happen. If it's going to be not a quick game like the last one, or if it's going to be played more patiently. Legion again focusing on the desert side. EG doing the same thing. The RU going in. We see some blind shots being taken, but no one has been damaged just yet. They overestimated the speed. Winch losing a tiny bit of HP there. But there we go. We have Whoops pulling back Sasha Grey. General in a good position there in that tank. Let's see. Basically they're dug in. Dakota's losing a little bit of HP there. Becken moving in, Chocolate moving in to grab the base. And I think he's going to get away with it too. Win's losing a little bit more HP. And Chocolate is pretty well protected there. No idea what they're talking about. But I think they want him to get base C. Or go to the middle. I don't think they're gonna get away with capping base B. Chocolate getting out of there, but they have the base, they have the advantage. And so far Sasha is just holding and overlooking base B. Fast, 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 Dakota says. But fast, fast, fast what? Because the RU is still not moving. Now he is. Moving to a different corner. Driving into a building. General losing a bit of HP there. And a bit more. But overall, basically, there you go. Sasha gets spotted as he crosses over. And I wonder. Carolade moving over, going after Sasha. And taking a shot. Sasha now moving. He's going to take another shot. No, he's not. He is occupying one player. And we have Legion pushing on the other side. So let's watch that push. EG though, they're not crazy. And they're focusing on the desert side. Oof, Orca. Dakota's actually blocking Dan. Dan gets killed. Orca not looking too healthy. Sasha being absolutely murdered there. And there goes Sasha. There goes Orca. But Legion has already lost 2 guns. And I bet that there's some rage going on there. Dakota's not looking too healthy either. Chocolate losing HP. General taking out Dakudas, even though he's barely any HP himself. He's not going to survive this, but still. Romka taking a lot of HP, but it is 5 versus 4. HP wise though, Legion has a tiny advantage. However tiny, but they lack the gun advantage. Romka taken out, it is 4-4. And now, basically this can go every which way. Winch pulling back to take out object. Chocolate has been taken out. But there goes object 3. And there goes Correlate. They need to work together. Ulsa has to be taken out. And now we have Winch versus Catch the Snack. And it's all about the focus fire. If they work together well enough, they can have this. But it will be tricky. Bounces like that are definitely helpful. Winch not looking too healthy there. But this can go every which way, honestly. Just look at this. Winch not looking too healthy. Ooh, that bounce is going to be very costly. Snack still alive. There goes Winch. And now it's only Beacon. And he needs to kill Snack. He needs to kill him, and he does. But T32 versus Object 252U is not going to be easy for anyone. Especially not like that. And I think Diona has... Oh, no, that's also a bounce. I was gonna say Diona has the advantage here. Oof. But EG has a definite point advantage if Beacon survives, which is not going to be easy. This is very tricky. 905. He's not going to survive another shot unless he miraculously bounces it, but that's going to be very unlikely. Dakudas is being very rude. Wow. Really? Why I have to be rude? It's just the game. And Diona takes it home. And it is 1-1, and we're moving on to Himmelsdorf. Himmelsdorf is a map we've not seen in a very long time in the tournaments. This is what it looks like. You have 4 bases. Base A, the map base. Base D, the half base. B and C close to their respective spawns. Anything can basically happen. But it is a tricky map. It does loan itself to heavy tanks a lot. So it'll be interesting to see what happens here. This, basically, Adam would have a field day with this. So let's see. EG is readying up in 2 Tiger 2s, a T32, 2 E2s, a IS-5 and potentially a Canervan. Legion is changing their lineup quite drastically as well. Let's see. And it's a Canervan for Orca. Legion is going with the 1-1-2-2. And a Tiger 2, 2-2-5-2 an IS-5 and potentially a Tiger 2 and an FT. Let's see. They're not quite decided yet though, but there's still 35 seconds to decide on a definite lineup and go for that. And there we go. It is the definite lineup. Basically, I hope that Dakudas is sort of like chilled out now. Because I'm pretty sure that's going to be in the rulebook that you can't be insulting, but yeah. We'll see. And here we go. 7 seconds before we go into the 3rd match of this best of 5. And after this, one of the teams will have a potential match point. And here we go. Dun 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 dun. Let's see what they're gonna do. I'm actually a little bit exhausted right now. Not just with the amount of time streaming, but also that matchup between Alam and Raid. Honestly. And we have Legion and EG both heading towards Actually, no. Legion is heading more towards A-ish and C, whereas EG is going for D and is leaving B altogether. Basically, nobody knows what they're doing here. They're crossing over. They're basically swapping spawns or something. I don't know. Romka bouncing a shot there. Base A and B are being taken. And base C is being protected. Let's see. Dakida's giving advices again. Let's see. Romka taking a holding position. But Legion has the advantage here. With both the bases and the points, and it's going to go up. Shots being fired. EG is all at the back. Almost all of them are spotted. And Olga is turning around, driving off. Let's see. Not much is happening here. Legion has the advantage. As long as they hold the bases and everything, they don't really need to do much. So let's see. Barumka is driving around. Chocolate is moving towards base B. I think they're going to grab that. Let's see. Legion making a push now. As base B is being capped. And they are going after Orca. In the Canervan. No, they're actually going after Correlate and Beacon. This is tricky. EG is missing 2 players. They are crossing over fast, but basically EG is losing a lot of HP very fast right now. And this can be everyone's game. We're entering a full-on brawl, which is not necessarily a bad thing in any way. There goes Dan. Diona is next in line. And that's Winch is gone. General is not looking too healthy. There he goes. Both teams lost 2 guns. Shasha not looking too healthy either. Correlate has to be careful. Ronga getting shot in the rear is not going to be helpful either. And there he goes. Sasha still alive. Dakuda's not looking too healthy. There he goes. There goes Sasha. Correlate still alive, if barely. And actually Chocolate saves his teammate there. It is 4 versus 2. It looks like it's going to be EG's game. But it will be very tricky. It's not going to be easy, that's for sure. Correlate arriving. There you go. It's 3 versus 1. EG will have this. Because against 3 guns it is very hard to angle. And there he goes with flying turret and all. Amazing. Relatively close though. Actually, if you can see, Legion actually did more damage to EG than the other way around, but EG took it home. And here we go, potential match point for EG. If they win the next one, they are through to the lower bracket finals tomorrow. And Legion has to win 2 in a row in order to get there. 1 minute 20 seconds left to go before we go into the potentially decisive match. Second match on Himmelsdorf. And we have EG ready in 2 Tiger 2s, a T32, 2 E2s, an IS-5 and a Canervan. And they're going to go up against the 1122, a Canervan, a 301, a Tiger, an FT, and potentially 2252Us. If the honor ready's up as well. There we go. That is the definite lineup. 47 seconds left to go before we go into the match and actually know what is going to happen. But overall, this has been an exciting night. It's been lovely. I hope you guys have enjoyed the matches that we've seen so far as much as I have. Let's see. 20 seconds left to go. And then we'll see, can EG carry this home already, or do they need another match, and will Legion potentially carry it home themselves? And here we go, 4 seconds, we're ready to go into the battle. And here we go. Dun 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 dun. Let's see. Basically, Legion again focusing on the also basically shooting up and over. Object 3 capping the base. EG going for base C, base D. Sorry, not even trying to get base D even. They're driving straight on past it. Only now capping the base. Romka moving there. Catch a snack. Left alone. Dakudas losing quite a bit of HP there. Base A is being capped. Base D has been capped. Carolate loses a little bit of HP. But Legion again. We have a similar position going on, only now the base is closer to Legion than on the other side. And let's see, we have the E2 and the Tiger 2 pushing. They have to push, is what Dakuda says, and he's not wrong. They kinda have to. They can't afford not to. Chocolate losing a little bit of HP. And I wonder if it's going to work out for EG this time around. Orsa losing HP there. Ween's literally in a very hold down position, but so is Sasha. Chocolate moving around. The Honor overextending, but taking a big chunk of health from Chocolate. Losing a lot more HP than he's taken though. Honor is not in a good position here. Winch losing. Oof, Winch overextending by a lot. There goes the Honor. Catch the snack. Basically, EG's pushing. They don't really have a choice. But they're not focus firing. And that is a very big problem. Now they are. Dakudas almost gone. And there he goes. Also getting some shots in, but Sasha Chocolate has been taken out. No idea how that didn't pan from that shot from Orca. Sasha next in line. There goes Dan. There goes Sasha. It is 6 versus 3. 6 versus 5. Sorry, 5 versus 3. But overall, General needs help. Orca is arriving. But they kind of need to move, and they need to move fast. They have too many low HP targets. Not sure why Object 3 did this though. He is going to take him out. But he's not going to survive the Orca. There he goes, and now only Snack is left. And he's not going to survive this either. He might take out Correlade. Oh, he actually bounces, which is not going to be helpful for him. And there's no way he can survive this. Literally only 3 HP left. And EG is through to the lower bracket finals tomorrow. There were some very quick matches overall. Very brawly matches as well. Very messy in a way, but it worked. And EG is through to the finals tomorrow. They're going to go up against Elm again. And then the winner of that is going up against Raid. So that's going to be beautiful. But that is it for me tonight. I think I've streamed long enough with about 3 hours of talking. And I'm going to log off for now. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Congratulations. Well, basically no one has actually won yet. But for the matches tonight, for me the definite highlight was Raid versus Adam. That was beautiful gaming. Adam so strong in tier 8. It is a joy to see. And then Raid just like, yeah, no. It was lovely. Anyhow, hope you guys enjoyed all of it, and I will be back tomorrow to stream for you the finals of the lower bracket, followed by the grand finals. My stream will be on the portal, but we will all be streaming. So again, if you prefer not a YouTube, I have me playing on the portal, so you do get rewards, and then watch the YouTube that you actually want to watch. So thank you all for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks to all the teams for the beautiful, beautiful gameplay. And I'll see you all tomorrow. Good night.